If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Logic will get you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The only source of knowledge is experience. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong, it is character. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour, and it seems like a minute. The distinction between the past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share, it is time to go. I will do it elegantly. I do not believe in immortality of the individual, and I consider ethics to be an exclusively human concern with no superhuman authority behind it. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. In order to be an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must above all be a sheep oneself. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. That deep emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. We still do not know 1,000th of 1% of what nature has revealed to us.